Everybody wants to be captain of their boat for a day, and you can do that over here in Southern Ireland, where you can get 16-foot rental boats with a nice 8-horse Yamaha on the back. And we're in the estuary of Courtmacsherry, which is just to the west of Cork in Southern Ireland. As you can see, we've got fabulous weather. Don't worry, it probably won't last, but it's great for today. What we're going to do is try and go out, maybe trying to catch one of these elusive bass that we hear about over here. But hopefully, if we don't get the bass, I've got a sort of backup plan, but I'm not going to tell you about it. What I will tell you about the lures we're going to be trying. I'm going to be using some of these jelly worms, which is just rubber with a nice tail on the back of them, and we got some rubber grubs, and also we got some yellow-tailed ones there which I've done quite well on before. Now, generally if you went out fishing you'd be using quite heavy tackle. I'm going to be using really light tackle, and I mean so light it's unbelievable. These things throw like fractions of an ounce. It's a casting outfit. It's called a spiral graphite. I got it in Australia. It's a brilliant rod, and the reels are Shimano R2000, which they probably don't sell now. I don't care, I love it. And you want something like 8-pound line on there, and you can see it's only a real small outfit, and the rod is unbelievable for bending. Right around my head like that. Spiral graphite, I love it. Now let me just show you how you put these worms on, because it's not as easy as you think. If you don't get it right, you won't get the fish. Now I put the hook in my mouth and spit on it like this, but obviously health and safety being what it is, we don't want to do that. So yawn, put the spit on your finger, wet the shank of the hook, and then when you go right through the centre, and you must go through the centre of this rubber, you'll find that bit of spit round there helps slide that right around the shank. Otherwise it's very sticky to get round there. You can't slide it right round. Now get it right round, and then bring your hook out, your hook point out there. But this is the most important part. Thread it right up over the eye of the hook, and it's got to be straight. I can't stress it has to be straight. Now you can use any lead on this, but because we're fishing in shallow water, I mean really shallow water, probably no more than 10, 12, 15 feet in places, I just use a swan shot, which I pinch on there. Use your teeth or pliers, slide it right down to a fish that can either be a head, you know, or part of the section of the worm.
Right, well I'm going to be using slightly heavier tackle than the old man. I have here an IM6 graphite rod, still great flexibility in it. I've got a fixed spool reel with 10-pound line. Now I'm going to be using a slightly different lure here. I have a sidewinder lure here. Now the great thing about these lures is that they're weighted at the tip. They've got a lead head to them that's joined to the hook, which enables them to sink nice and fast. They've also got this nice resistant tail that wiggles in the water and helps it act and imitate a fish, a sand eel or a worm. They come in loads of different colours. We've got blue and white here. We've got some bigger sizes as well, if I show you there, for the reef fishing and the wreck fishing, big fish, bigger pollock. But what we find is the killer is these little ones here, especially the white one and the sand eel coloured one. These are an absolute gem.
Light tackle fishing in a small boat. You couldn't ask for anything better. We're going to be trying for a couple of species today, bass and pollock. Now I'm not saying we're going to get lucky on both of them. We're going to be using lightweight spinning rods, spinning reels, 10-pound line, artificial rubber sand eels, and that's all you need. Oh, I'm pretty sure we're going to need this as well. So we'll head out and we're going to try the bass first because it's a falling tide, and then maybe we'll go and try and see if we can catch a pollock. Going to get those sidewinders I just showed you and just drop them down to the bottom. You're going to let them flutter down, just fluttering like this, and then pop them slowly. You don't have to wind them all the time. Just, oh Jesus Christ! Fish on, fish on. That's on the ultralight rod. Oh yes, please. Oh yes, please. That's a better pollock. That's a better fish. You just got to pop it. I actually took it as I was dropping it down then. You've got to be careful it doesn't go onto the kelp. And you get these rods just are so much fun. And we're out here by this back of this rock, all on our own, seeing one other boat trying to get some mackerel, and they're just driving past. Unbelievable light tackle sport here. Oh, there's a bite on this one. There's 2 fish on. Double whammy. Now we're in trouble. Oh, now we're in trouble. Keep them both tight. This one's on a worm. He's on, he's hooked up anyway. I'm going to just rest this, see if I can get one out of it. Come on, come on, come on. This is a nice little fish. Here he comes. Let me see if I can get over, under. Lovely fish. Lovely fish, look at that. That is a beautiful reef pollock. About what, 4 pounds? And he sucked back that sidewinder. Beautiful fish. That is what you come out here for.
We're on. Fish on.
Look at that. Take your time, take your time, take your time. Get in there, my woo! Alright, that is a pollock today. Look at the size of that one. That is a thunderous great big pollock. We're swimming up, he's eating. He's on. Woohoo!
Good fish.
I've never seen this ever in my life before. Go right by and actually see the fish. Ah, he's going to take more line. But you know what? There's European and world records that on fly fishing, like trout fishing gear. Ah, he's going to take more line. I'm looking through the water and I can see this fish coming up. I say it's a world record fish. Oh, there's another one. Look at this. Oh man, this is nearly a double figure. Oh, it's nearly a double figure fish. Christ, better look at the size of that fish out there. That is an absolute, that was 3 or 4 feet under the surface. Absolutely 3 or 4 feet under the surface. The jelly worm's there. Let's get him in the net. He's not going to go in the net. He's not going to go in the net. Get in. Get in. You got him. Oh man. Look at the size. That's a 10 pound. Oh, there's one on the other rod, Mike, behind you as well. There's one here. I've got to put it down, and one's just eaten Mike's rod. My God, this is 10 pounds easy. Oh, I can't believe this fish. And you know, we were in there going for a bass. Look at the size of the mouth on this one. It's got the jelly worm just nicked in there. I was very lucky. That is every bit of 10 pounds. That's a 10 pound pollock on ultralight gear. We're using just jelly worms and a single swan shot. What a beauty. Let's get him over slow. Oh yes, please. Do you know what, I could do this all day. The sun's out, but what kind of missed me, I nearly brought a fly rod with me, and that fish, if you look up in the world record books, and you could have caught that in a flash on a fly rod, that's a world record fish going back right there. Away we go. Oh, I better see what's on the other one. These worms are just deadly. Absolutely deadly today. Mike's got one.
And we're on to another one here.
We're just laying them down. The fish are taking them, just drifting, and on the rock of the boat, it's another nice fish, you know. This is like a 7 pound, 6 or 7 pound fish here.
We'll do a quick release.
Nice fish, oh. I mean, you'd be happy catching those all day, never mind these big ones. You sort that out, Mike. I've got to put the camera down because I just want to get another one of those on that ultralight spinning rod. Away he goes.
Right, well, we just had to stop with the worms. It's getting ridiculous now. We barely get one out before the other one would go down. So we changed now. We went to a sidewinder on the drop. Look at that. on the drop, small sidewinder. Didn't even give me a chance on really light, ultra light spinning rods. These rods here, if I just lift this one up, ultra light spinning rod. Great bend in the rod, great action.
Beauty. Mike's got a pretty good fish on the other side.
About 8 pounder. We'll get him in a minute.
Woo! Eat your heart out. That's a beauty.
Well, we've had about 19 pollocks so far within about 40 minutes. Just drifting up and down this spot here. Horse Rock's just there. We're still again 50 yards from Horse Rock. I'm so hot, I'm sweating. Gonna take my top off. The sun's out. Get the sun cream on. It's like being in Florida.
Now we're going to get Mike hooking up. I'm going to go around the other side. I'm going to show you how thick these fish are. We're going to leave the camera running when Mike drops a jig, and we reckon it won't even be 1 minute before he hooks up.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We've got a white sidewinder on here. Going to prove to you how many fish there are here. See if we can get one on the first drop.
You got eaten. You just got eaten. That wasn't it. Whoa, watch out with your drag. Watch your drag.
Okay, we've drifted about 100 yards from Horse Rock now. The fish are starting to get smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to wind in the gear, drive back over there and see if we can get some bigger ones this time.
We've moved the boat again, trying to find the bigger fish, and we have found some bigger fish. We're catching these now like 8 pounders, 2 at a time, but we've only got 1 net. So we're going to try and get 2 big fish in 1 net. About close to 9 pounds. I'll let you lift those 2 out. You're younger than me.
There we go.
Age before beauty. What about that for a catch? Lift the fish over. Yep. I get a picture of you returning that one. Out in the charter boats, a lot of these fish will blow up with the air getting in their swim bladder. But because they're in shallow water on this light tackle, they don't blow up and you can return everyone. You can kill them if you want to kill them because they're good eating fish, but we like to let them go. Away that one goes. Beautiful.
We're on fish 23 now. Again, the sidewinder's absolutely slaying them. We've got a good 7 pounder here, 7, 8 pounder. Look at that. Nice old
Fat belly.
belly.
Look at the belly on that one.
I'm just going to net it just here. There we go, just about fits in the net.
That's 8. That's every bit of 8, I'd say. I'd say that's every bit of 8, that fish. Oh, he does. There he is. 7 or 8 pounder. Okay, I'm going to try and lift this one out by hand. There you go. And there's the worm in there, just in the scissors. Little split shot there, swan shot there. It's really got it locked into that bone of the scissors. So wiggle it out. Look at the size of that. Beautiful. And away we go. Go on, my boy. Well, the weather's done the dirty on us. I can't believe it, but you saw how flat and glassy calm was. In 15 minutes, it's gone from glassy calm with a little bit of easterly right round to a good old southwesterly. So I'm afraid we're going to call it quits. We finished with 32 pollock. Can you believe that? 32 pollock, up to 10 pounds. A lot of sort of 6 to 8 pounders, 9s, really good sport. So it's gonna, it's gonna be time to move anyway. So it's a question of great fishing, great experience. A light tackle, superb. If you get the chance to do it, definitely try it. And if you get out here to Southern Ireland, see if you can find this spot called Horse Rock. But for the moment, it's bye bye Horse Rock.